Quantum consciousness. Science meets the unknown. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a beautiful day and you are ready to dive deep with me once again. Let's get into it. What if your thoughts could literally shape reality? What if science has already proven this and we're just not paying attention? The observer effect. Reality changes when you look at it. This is where quantum consciousness comes in. The idea that your mind isn't just experiencing the universe, it's creating it. And today, we're diving into the science that might just prove reality is not what we think. Quantum consciousness, the science of awareness. What is quantum consciousness? For centuries, scientists believed that reality existed independently of us. The world was objective, solid, and predictable. But in the early 1900s, quantum mechanics changed everything. At the heart of this mystery is a simple experiment, the Double-Slit Experiment. It's one of the most famous in all of science, and it might just prove that consciousness itself creates reality. Here's what happens. When scientists shoot tiny particles, like electrons, through two slits into a screen, they behave exactly how you'd expect, like tiny bullets hitting two spots. But when no one was watching, something bizarre happened. The electrons act like waves, creating an interference pattern as if they went through both slits at the same time. It's as if the particles knew they were being observed and changed their behavior. Scientists like Niels Bohr and Werner Heisenberg realized this wasn't just a fluke. It meant that the act of observing changes reality itself, and that changes everything. Consciousness in the quantum world. So, what does this mean for consciousness? Well, some scientists believe that it's proof that the mind isn't just influencing the world, it's actually creating it. One of the biggest supporters of this idea is Dr. Stuart Hameroff, an anesthesiologist, and Sir Roger Penrose, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist. Together, they developed something called the Orchestrated Objective Reduction Theory, or Orch-OR. Their theory? Consciousness doesn't come from the brain the way science used to think. It exists at a quantum level inside tiny structures in our neurons called microtubules. According to them, when we die, our consciousness doesn't disappear, it returns to the quantum field, like information uploading to the universe itself. And here's where things get even weirder. People who have near-death experiences describe something eerily similar, a feeling of merging with the universe, seeing beyond time, even remembering their past lives. Is reality a simulation? Okay, let's take this one step further. If quantum physics shows that reality only exists when observed, then what is reality really? One theory is a simulation. Nick Bostrom, a professor of philosophy at Oxford University, proposed the simulation hypothesis. The idea that if a civilization ever became advanced enough to simulate conscious beings, they probably would. And if so, what's stopping us from already being in one? Some scientists think this explains why quantum mechanics is so weird. Why do particles behave differently when being observed? Why do we experience time as linear, even though physics suggests it isn't? Maybe, just maybe, we're inside something more complex than we realize. Do we create reality? So, if all of this is true, if consciousness influences the quantum world, then that means one thing. Your mind has power over reality. This idea isn't just spiritual thinking, it's backed by research. The Global Consciousness Project, led by Princeton University, found that human consciousness seems to affect random number generators. In moments of global emotional events, random patterns become less random. So what does this mean? It means that consciousness might not just be personal, it might be collective. And if we understand how it works, we might be able to control it. How to tap into quantum consciousness. So how can you experiment with this yourself? Here are 3 practical ways to tap into quantum consciousness. Mindfulness and focused intention. Your thoughts influence reality. Try visualizing outcomes and see what happens. Meditation and brainwave training. Practice stillness shifts your awareness to different brain states. Testing the observer effect. Keep a dream journal, note synchronicities, and track how your focus alters outcomes. The key takeaway? You're not just living in reality, you are creating it. The world is far stranger than what we've been told, and science is just starting to catch up to what ancient mystics already knew. Consciousness is more than just neurons. It might be the very fabric of reality. So what do you think? Is the mind a quantum computer? Are we shaping reality without realizing it? Let's talk in the comments. And remember, the universe isn't just watching, it's responding.